Now, what they normally do here each year, they usually have in the fall, they have a fall play, and then in the spring they do a musical. Well, this year they did something just a little bit different. They actually did a musical in the fall. It was called the 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, and we're going to show you a little excerpt from that right now, so take a look.
C-O-W.
On your marks, get set, spell. Although competitive spelling may not be the most popular hobby around, it's all that the actors of the Poplar Pike Playhouse have been doing to prepare for their upcoming fall musical.
The 25th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee is a show about a bunch of young kids competing for the bee. It's the silver anniversary of the bee, so it's kind of a special one.
Contrary to what the title suggests, this show is about much more than just a regional spelling showdown.
It's not, it's not focused just on the bee. There's a lot of individual stories, and it's very funny and very exciting, and there's always something going on everywhere you look.
The show is loaded with oddball characters, and their personalities ensure that this spelling bee is much different than the average one.
There's drama and there's comedy, and everything that you could think of really that could possibly ensue happens.
Each of the spellers have certain tics,
Leave Cody Bear as cats!
which help to keep the chaos going strong.
Wobar Fay, in the 24th Annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, he actually had an allergic reaction to peanuts. And it's funny because, I do this kind of weird little, bit where I go back in time and, reenact the reaction. And it's really awkward to do, but it's something that I think is really funny.
The adults of Putnam County only further enhance the craziness of this musical.
I play Vice Principal Panch. I come in on short notice because the usual word pronouncer is not able to be there.
Thank you, Rona. And I would just like to say, as to the incident 5 years ago, I'm in a much better place now. It's amazing what a change of diet can do for a man. Thank you.
Wonderful.
As the show progresses, he kind of he kind of can't handle the kids' excitement.
But the crazy cast isn't the only thing that separates this show from the rest. It has something that many other musicals don't.
The audience participation. I mean, there's going to be 4 new spellers each night.
The level of audience participation guarantees that the show is different with each performance.
I have to come up with something new every single night to say about them, and it's always really challenging because I can't, I want to say something funny and kind of get at them about something, but I don't want to offend anyone.
No matter how young or old, everyone can link themselves to the issues that the characters face in this show.
Parental issues and just kids who don't feel, good enough, and kids who just want to win. And I'm sure that there's an aspect for absolutely anyone, and not just kids. Everyone can relate to the show.
Reporting for GHS-TV, I'm Kaif Gilani.
What a great show, and you're seeing lots of the faces in that video and around the different parts of the day. Around here in the studio right now, joining me now are a couple of very special folks. You've seen Sydney, you've seen her perform a couple of times here today, and also is Carrie Walsh. She's one of the instructors of theater at the Creative Arts Department and the Fine Arts Department here at Germantown High School. So what goes into being part of a program like this and managing that level of success every year that we strive for every year? That's some great stuff.
Well, a lot of time and hard work goes into it. But our students, of course, we have the best students around, and they are always willing to put in the time to make sure that our programs, that our plays are always at the highest level.
Now, Sydney, you didn't just walk in and just decide you were going to be the lead in a musical or anything like that. So how did you get involved in a program like this?
Well, I got involved when I moved here sophomore year. I'd always been interested in doing theater and stuff, but I saw what they had to offer here and the success of the shows and the level of talent here. So I auditioned, and they gave me a chance, and the rest is history.
Yeah, sometimes all you need is a chance. Tell us a little bit more about the theater curriculum here. How does, when a student enters the program, how do they get involved like Sydney did?
Well, we've got 4 years in the theater curriculum. As a freshman coming in, usually our 9th graders will take the Intro to Theater class, which is just a basic overview, history of theater. They get a little bit of everything in that. And then their sophomore year, they get to move up and they get to decide if they want to go the performance route or the technical route. So we've got a new class that we just started offering this year that's called Technical Theater. So the students get to learn about all of the design elements. We study costume design, scenic design, lighting and sound. So that's for the students that don't want to be in the spotlight, but they're really great at theater, really creative. And then the junior and senior year, they move into the production workshop class. We also have the thespian troupe. That's one of our clubs on campus. Sydney's the president of the thespian troupe. And that's another way that students can get involved as well at Germantown.
What about the thespian troupe? What kind of things do you guys do with that organization?
Well, it's an international honors organization, and to get inducted in, you have to rack up a certain amount of points, and you get those points by being in the show or working on the show, whether that's in the orchestra or set building and painting. So it's really an organization for the hardworking students dedicated to the fine arts.
All right. Well, fantastic work to both of you for instructing and performing, and just it all comes together, and it's all magic in the end. So thank you all very much for being here today, too.
Thank you.